And, Coach, I don't know if you got to hear it, but we played back the sound from the beginning of the season, ACC tip-off in Charlotte. Kelly says, what are the goals? And they say to win an ACC championship and then make a deep run. So I'm just wondering if you want to make any statements right now on the show that we can see if we can make come true for you.
Well, I don't know if I can make as great a statement as Georgia did. She was so eloquently put it. But that's how much confidence those kids have in everything that they're doing. So I saw that clip, and it gave me chill bumps.
Kenny, an interesting first-round matchup against your former assistant coach. He knows all about you guys. So what about that?
Coach, the NCAA is funny, huh? I think it's like reality TV. And, it was funny. As it was approaching, we started texting each other because I thought he was going to get the play-in game in the Greenville region. And when it didn't happen, he texted me. He says, is this thing going to happen? And I'm like, uh-oh. And then it popped up on the screen. So I guess the good thing is we don't really have to pull out a scouting report because I think they run the same plays that we run, and we'll just go from there.
That's pretty incredible, Coach, and that was one of the first things I noticed for you guys hosting there. Let's talk about hosting. This is a big deal for any program to get the honor of hosting in the top 4, but I saw the crowd. We just showed that for your selection party tonight. That crowd was crazy. What kind of environment do you expect in Castle?
Well, I tell you what, the crowd we had tonight was unbelievable. It's been electric all year. It was actually more people there tonight than the first game that I coached in. I promise you that. And but it just goes to show you that they made a good team, a great basketball team, and the atmosphere in there is unbelievable. You can really feel the energy, and I think it's going to help us. And we need all the help we can get. But I just been so proud, and Coach can attest to this. Our kids work so hard, and they deserve to play in front of crowds like that. And I'm so proud that they watch our men play in front of 9,000 every night. And hopefully they'll be able to get to experience the same thing.
Coach, we had a chance to interview Georgia and Liz. Terrific kids. You've got just a great culture that you've built there. And I love how humble they are and yet how confident they are. So you got the #1 seed. How does it feel?
It's surreal. It really is. You want to build it, brick by brick, stone by stone, and you want to take, the necessary steps. Last year we were 5, and we felt like, we were one step away from being a team to host, and that was our goal. And then, something happened. We just started rolling. And the kids were playing exceptionally well against some very good basketball teams. The chemistry came together. Coach, you can attest to this. They were as connected as a group that I've ever had in my whole career on both ends of the floor, offensively and defensively. They just knew where they were supposed to be. They knew how to play off of each other. They picked each other up when one fell down. And that's a special group to have. And just very proud. They're very deserving. And I told them now, with this seeding comes responsibility. A lot of people are going to come after you. A lot of people want to see you fall. There'll be distractions inside and out. And you have to come together and stay together to continue and to hold that responsibility. Because when we lost a couple games this year early, we didn't understand how to be the one that was being chased. We lost at Clemson. We lost at Miami. We never got to shake their hands because they were celebrating at the middle of the court because we had a little number by our name. And so we learned from that, and I think that'll bode well for us in this situation.
Coach, I want to ask you a similar question to the one I asked Georgia, but more big picture. You came over from James Madison. You took over this program. I know you're a Virginia native. Virginia Tech has never really had success like this. When you wrote down your goals, when you took over this program, did you think 1 seed and did you think a possible Final Four run?
I think you always have to say it. As a matter of fact, when I in my press conference, when I got the job, it was right after Syracuse had made their run to the finals. And I said, well, if Syracuse can do it, why can't we? And of course, it got a big eruption. And, I didn't know if I stuck my foot in my mouth because that's a tall task. And in my first year, I started playing against teams in the ACC. And it was like, okay, this thing's going to be a lot harder. And someone asked me the other day, they said, what's the difference in holding an ACC trophy as opposed to the CAA trophy? And I said, it's a lot heavier. I said, and it's symbolic because what you have to go through to accomplish that is monumental because there's so many great basketball teams in this league. And to get that, you have to go through a lot of heavy hitters, teams that have won national championships. And so I knew that we were going to work hard and the sky could be the limit for this program because I felt like it was a sleeping giant and it needed to be awoken. And we were able to get players like Elizabeth Kitley, players like Georgia Amore, kids who are humble and ready to come in and sacrifice like a Taylor Soule and Kayana Traylor and, Kayla King, who can score 33 in a game but doesn't care if she scores 3. She'll just guard Haley Van Lith if you ask her to. And that's a recipe for a team that can go far. And I'm very proud of our kids in the way that they've sacrificed for each other all year long.
Well, Coach, you talk about building it brick by brick and what it means for the team to be at this point. You can tell to the fan base what it means when you see the way Castle is filled up, and when you see the way Greensboro Coliseum was filled up, and when you see the smiles on those women's faces.
Hokie
you can
Stone
tell.
by Hokie Stone.
Yes, that's right, Kelly.
There you
Hokie
go.
Stone by Hokie Stone, a family culture there that you have created for sure. Kenny Brooks, we always appreciate the time, and best of luck moving forward in the NCAA tournament, Coach.
Well, thank you guys so much. Now I'll go watch some film of some teams that run in the same offenses that we run.
Enjoy it, Coach. We'll talk to you soon.
All right. Thank you, guys.